All right, everybody, Lloyd Hennison from the Stadia Cast podcast here with another quick video for you. This one is because of a news drop that happened today. We got some surprise news and we got some newsy news, including a couple of games that dropped that are available right now. So without much further ado, let's get right into it. So they started off this email, this week in Stadia that I got. It's also up on the Stadia blog. That Rock of Ages is out. So if you haven't seen it already, you can check out our first look here on the Stadia Cast YouTube channel. You can also check it out if you are a pro member. You can claim it as a free game, and then you can play it as long as you are a pro subscriber, which is awesome. A lot of people have been enjoying the game. My first look was not so good. I was running into a bunch of issues, which unfortunately happened while I was recording the video. So hopefully your mileage may vary a little bit more in that regard. But then we got into a bunch of other stuff, including a bunch of new games that are on the Stadia store. So basically what happened was first thing this morning, I saw a tweet from Bill that that Doom had dropped on the Stadia store, and I was like, what? We didn't even get a notification. It just happened. So yeah, Doom 2016 is available on the Stadia store. It's $20 US, $24.99 Canadian, and this is the original game from 2016 that kind of re-envisioned what a first-person shooter on a console was. The game did so well, it played so well, and being able to play it on Stadia at full resolution with as crazy fast and bombastic as it is going to be really great for a lot of people. So if you've never played it, Stadia would be a really great place to play this game on. And again, it's only $20. A lot of people were thinking that when the game drops, that it might have been something that would be like 40 or 50 or whatever, but they dropped it at a really good budget price, which basically sets it at the same level as it is on all the other platforms. Essentially, they're all around $20, give or take $5 or whatever. So yeah, Doom is out there, and if you want to play more first-person shooters on Stadia, it's hard to play something, there's really not much better that you can play than Doom or Doom Eternal. They're just absolutely fantastic games. So that was just like an early morning stealth drop on the Stadia store, and I'm like, this is going to be interesting. We're going to get this week's in Stadia today. Usually on Tuesdays, that's when they drop, and this is probably going to be pretty amazing. So after this, I checked out the page, and I was like, that's a game I'm going to be picking up in the near future for sure. But then they got into a few other things. They're talking about some other games. Later this week, start living your dream as a pro golfer with PGA Tour 2K21, which will be coming on the 21st. So today's the 18th. On Tuesday, 21st would be on Friday. So you'll be able to jump right into PGA Tour 2K21 for $60, $59.99. This game is going to be huge. If you haven't played golf games recently, they're way different than they used to be. This 2K21 builds on top of another golf game that had a lot of real world courses that were fan made. So there's going to be a lot of courses. There's going to be full ways to do tournaments. I'm really excited about playing that one here on the Stadia Cast channel. I think it's going to be a heck of a lot of fun for us and the community. And then they talk about a game called Spiritfarer, which we got teased before at the end of July. But this game was released today for Nintendo Switch and Xbox, and I believe it comes a little bit later this week on Stadia. So if you're not familiar with Spiritfarer, you are essentially it's a management sim about people that are dying, and you're trying to ferry their souls. So you're basically building a ferry. You can see some of the images are of this like crazy houseboat. Let's jump ahead to it. And everything is taking place on this like crazy houseboat. I'm really excited about this one. The game looked just fantastic in its initial teases. And then now that it's out on Stadia and Xbox and other things, I'm seeing actual gameplay, and the game looks fantastic. I like management sims, and this seems like a RPG-esque management sim, and I really can't wait to jump into it and play through it. The animation style is just amazing. I love the art style. It reminds me a little bit of like Studio Ghibli or something. It's not quite there, but it has some of that same kind of like, I don't know, character and feel to it. So I'm really excited about Spiritfarer coming to Google Stadia. And then in the meantime, is how the email continued. Do you like time-bending, slow-mo, action-packed, cinematic, FPS, ninja-like puzzle challenges? Then play Superhot Mind Control Delete. So we already have Superhot on Stadia. It was a pro game. But if you purchased Superhot, not downloaded for free or not claimed for free, but if you purchase the game to play on Stadia, you can send a copy of your receipt to Superhot at superhotgame.com, and they will give you a free code for Superhot Mind Control Delete. If you claimed it for free, obviously you can't do that, but if you purchased it, you can get that one for free. And if you didn't do it, you'll be able to get it at a limited time promotional price of $15 if you're a pro subscriber, or $17.49 if you are not a pro subscriber. And if you're not familiar with Superhot Mind Control Delete, it is, well, super hot. It's more super hot, which is always a good thing. So the action only moves when you move in this game, but they've taken it and they've expanded it, so it's not as kind of limited as it was before with the main Superhot. Limited, I'm not saying that is a bad thing, but they've done some various things to make this game that much bigger. So this is technically the third Superhot game. The first one was Superhot. Then there was Superhot VR, which I played a lot of on my PlayStation VR, which was fantastic. And then I'm super excited to jump into Superhot Mind Control Delete, which apparently is a bigger game than the original one. So if you thought the first one was a little bit short, a little bit slim on content, it was just a fun game. So I had no complaints there. But if you had that idea, you can jump right into this one, and it is a bigger. So as I said, it's going to be $15 US or $20.99 on in Canada, and that sale ends on the 26th. So that's about a week from now. So if you have about a week to pick up the game at a sale price, down from $35 Canadian, and I think it's $27.99 US. I remember that price. That might not be it, but you are saving some money if you do get it this way. All right, moving on. Last but not least, of course, there's the Doom Eternal. But we got a live stream today about Baldurs Gate. The early access version of Baldurs Gate will be coming to Stadia. It'll be available on Stadia. We were waiting for a release date. We didn't know what the release date was. So they did at 10 a.m. Pacific, they did a stream. It was a little bit awkward because it was streamed over the internet and there was some technical difficulties. But you had the panel from Hell, including Jeff Keighley, so Chris Perkins, Swen Vinke, and Adam Smith were all there. And they showed off a bunch of new content in Baldur's Gate. They showed off a lot of really cool things, including the scene with an intellect devourer, which is like this. There was like this body on a chair, and the brain pan was taken off, and it was just this brain that was moving and talking. And I'm like, oh, that's disgusting. But they were talking about how someone just had an idea to do this, and they were able to get it into the game super quick. And they were just kind of talking about how their development process works. It was super fascinating. They showed off some of the action. There was some quests. They had community driven things, like there was this goblin that was basically telling this dwarf to kiss his feet, and you had to make a decision. Do you want to bend down to kiss his feet? He had a cool ring on his foot. Do you want to try to steal the ring? Of course, the players out there wanted everyone to kiss the feet, and then he did it wrong. He missed a roll, and there was a huge battle afterwards. It was super fun. But everybody was there for the release dates. So they dropped this on the stream. Baldur's Gate Early Access drops on September 30th, 2020 on Google Stadia. So what Early Access is going to be, it's an early slice of the game. What you do in the game will help them basically determine how to further develop the game. Do they have to put new tutorials in? Do they have to explain things better? do they have to ramp up the difficulty or dial back the difficulty? So they said you can level up to level 4, which if you've played Dungeons and Dragons, the pen and paper thing, level 4 is actually a lot of action. Like experience points are few and far between, and it takes a lot of them to level up. And a level 1 character versus a level 4 character, you have a lot more powers. You have your traits, your skills, you have your subclass stuff, which I'm blanking on. Feats, I think is what it's called. There's another thing. I played D&D, but I never remember the terminology, and that's what the DM is for. But you're going to be able to do that on September 30th when you pick up the game. It's going to be, as I said, up to level 4. They said it's about 20 to 30 hours of content, a lot of stuff to get through. And they were just basically going down just the sheer number of voice lines and characters and areas and enemies, and the game just sounds just amazing, and I really can't wait to play it. I wish I could show off some of the video here, but I don't have it queued up. Just some of the character action stuff it's just amazing. There's Jeff Keighley and everybody else, but you can kind of see everybody moving through the world. For some reason, I'm getting a really low resolution stream here. That's really weird. But the game just looks fantastic. And if you've played any of the other Larian Studios games, you know it's going to be absolutely just wonderful. So you'll be able to buy into the early access on September 30th. And of course, early access is an unfinished version of the game. If you prefer your games to be finished, you might want to wait for version 1.0, which will come sometime in 2021, hopefully. But if you want to help the development and get into the action early, you can jump into the early access on September 30th, which is awesome. All right, and then last but not least, in the email and blog post, they have a bunch of sales going on right now. You can get Tom Clancy Ghost Recon Breakpoint Ultimate Edition for $40 US. Just Dance 2020 is $20. Assassin's Creed Odyssey, the Ultimate Edition, is $30 US. Amazing game, worth $30, hands down. Darksiders Genesis is on for $26. Zombie Army 4 is on for various prices depending on the version that you choose. And then, of course, Superhot Mind Control Delete is $14.99, which is there. So, and then there's also some sales that anybody can get into. If you're in the US or Canada, you can get NBA 2K20 for $4.79 US. Of course, the next NBA game is going to be coming out, so this is a way to sell as many copies as they can. But if you have an extra $5 in Google Play credit kicking around and you want to spend it on a video game and you like basketball, you might want to check that one out. So anyway, I think that's going to about do it for this video. A lot of news dropping today. Like I said, starting with the stealth release of Doom, which I can't wait to jump in and play on Google Stadia. I think it's going to be fantastic. Superhot, Spiritfarer. It's jumping into my wave break first look, which is really weird. And then, of course, the Baldurs Gate release date of the 30th, which I can try to jump into. There we are. Early access, September 30th. Some very amazing news dropped on Stadia today. So let us know what you think about it. Leave us a comment below. Are you going to be picking up any of these games? Are you going to be picking up any games that are on sale? Let us know. We'd love to chat with you below. Again, my name is Lloyd Hannison from the StadiaCast podcast. You can follow me on Twitter at DASME, DASME. And of course, I'm a co-host of the StadiaCast podcast. We record every Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/StadiaCast, where you're probably watching this video. We'd love to see you live here as we jump into another podcast. We'd love for you to watch us live and join us as we do record live. But if you prefer your podcast in audio form, you can head on over to anchor.fm/StadiaCast and jump right into that on your whatever podcatcher you use, whether you use Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or any of the other podcatchers out there. Can download and listen to our podcast. So anyway, that's going to do it for me for this news update video. Lots of great news, lots of amazing games. It's going to be a fun end to summer on Google Stadia. And yeah, let us know what you want to pick up down below, and we'll talk to you next time here on StadiaCast. Have a good one, everybody.